When you think of a Christmas film starring a big muscly guy, you might think of Jingle All the Way starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Well, now we have a new entry on the field starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson with Red One. Now, one of the first things I noticed when doing some research for Red One was this budget here of $250 million production budget. What are they spending this on? I mean, I know The Rock's quite expensive, Chris Evans as well, but $250 million for a production budget? I mean, do they expect to get this back? Especially in a month where we're getting releases like Gladiator 2, Wicked, Moana 2, and maybe this film's amazing. Maybe it's a great film that will have legs throughout the whole festive period. Well, I don't know about that because it's pretty terrible. So what sort of Christmas story is Red One trying to tell? Well, Santa has been kidnapped by a mysterious villain, and so it's up to Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who plays his second in command, who is an elf. Elf standing for extremely large and fucking annoying. I mean, extremely large and formidable. And he teams up with Chris Evans's character, who's called Jack, to try and find Santa. Now, Jack, he is an experienced tracker. He's someone who is a level 4 naughty lister, and we see that early on in the film when he takes a lollipop from a baby. Even by just looking at the poster here, it has that sort of quality of being a straight to streaming, straight to DVD sort of Christmas film. I think Chris Evans is looking at his filmography since Endgame there because, what is he doing with his career? I'm doing a bit of a Mike Wazowski thing for The Rock right now, but you know what he looks like, and you probably know what he's going to be acting like in the film because he does it in pretty much every film he's in. And then we have J.K. Simmons, who plays Santa, who is one of the best characters in the film, but he's kidnapped for most of it, so you don't see a lot of him. But every time we go back to him, I'm like, oh, can I just stay with you? I'd rather stay with you and do nothing and just chill than be with these other two idiots. Then we have Lucy Liu, who is like the head of this Men in Black sort of Christmas sort of thing, and she's okay, but she just does her job in that sense. There's something special with her role, and yeah, it is a bit of a rip-off of Men in Black. The film is just over 2 hours long, and I felt like I was going to be in that cinema until next Christmas because you feel every second of that runtime, and considering I only watched the film yesterday, there's only 2 scenes really that I remember properly. One being this one with the evil snowman, which is an okay action scene, and another one involving Krampus and The Rock in a little slapping contest, which is inspired by those Eastern European competitions we see on YouTube or whatever, and that's it. And for an action comedy, that's not great. And so many times I felt like I could just nod off and drift away, and I could come back and go back to the film and be like, oh, I know what's going on. I still understand what's happening. We're still on this hunt for Santa. I haven't really missed much. And even if I have missed much, The Rock's character just explains things every scene to Chris Evans' character, so it doesn't really matter. He'll just catch me up with what's going on. And even his character, Chris Evans, he'll be like, can you just clarify that for me? So it really dumbs it down for you. It's like, you still not get it? Like we're doing something really simple, but just in case you don't know, this is what we're doing, okay? Step by step. Anyway, before I completely boil over, let me throw in a few positives. As I mentioned, I thought J.K. Simmons as his hench Santa was pretty cool. I also liked how they raise the size of these toys, make them usable, like Hot Wheels into a car, and the Rock'em Sock'em robots as well. And then also, I'd say some of the mythical characters or references were fun as well. So there's a little bit here and there which sort of took my mind off the other crap in the film, but there's not a lot. Before Santa gets kidnapped, we see The Rock say that he wants to retire because he's fed up seeing how there's more people now on the naughty list than the nice list. As we see in the shopping mall, there's lots of people fighting over toys, like fighting over PS5, for example. And I actually didn't mind that start where we saw The Rock with Santa. Like, there could have been a nice sort of father-son dynamic there, but they didn't really advance that further. Because obviously they were going more for the sort of Taken route when it came to the story. And the story itself just feels like so much of it was written by AI. It just doesn't feel like it was, again, really built with love. It felt like it was just sort of more slop. And especially from his production company, Seven Bucks, these sort of films like Jungle Cruise, it's directed by Jake Kasdan, who's done the Jumanji movies, which I think the first one was okay. I can't remember the second one. But a lot of these sort of films just feel like they're just more on the conveyor belt kind of movies. And that's exactly what this feels like. And it's like, with Christmas films in particular, they're supposed to give you that sort of heartwarming feeling, that feeling of, getting into the Christmas spirit. But with anything, I felt like, bloody hell, it's killed my spirit before it's even begun. So yeah, Red One is a pretty dire action comedy. The action scenes are pretty boring. The comedy is a lot of the sort of Marvel comedy we've seen before. Like, we've got The Rock saying to Chris Evans, like, we're going to save Christmas. And he's like, all right, yeah, let's do it. And he's like, no, say it. we're gonna save Christmas. We're gonna save Christmas. Yeah, there we go. And it's like, is that funny? Is that supposed to be funny? What's going on? Anyway, some people obviously enjoyed it. A lot of these 5-star reviews on Google reviews, which I think could be AI as well. I'm like, surely people can't believe this is a 5-star film. But anyway, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people love Venom 3, but so I'm sure this will find an audience because it's just an easy film to watch. But it's mind-numbing. It's mind-numbing.
No, I can't be bothered with that. I have no time for that sort of nonsense.
So yeah, Red One is the sort of film you put on in the background while you're opening presents because you don't really need to watch it properly, but you can sort of dip in and out if you just want something to watch, I guess. But I got to mention my cinema experience because I don't know what people were playing at. People came in late. They had their torches on their phones, glaring right at your eyes, like not pointing it downwards, pointing it right at you as you're sat there trying to watch the film. So they come in late and they do that. And then they disturb you as well by being loud behind you with opening packets of stuff and sort of just talking. Someone answered their phone halfway through. What the hell was going on? Then some guy in the front row just came out and started looking at everyone in the cinema and then moving the seat. Like, what's that about? So yeah, even with all these distractions, I could still follow the film fine. But I don't know what's going on in that screening I went to yesterday because like it was just some of the weirdest people and some of the rudest people. It's like that's the reason why a lot of people don't want to go to cinema anymore because you get instances like that. But anyway, yes, Red One. I did not like the film. Also, just before you go, this film is a PG-13 or a 12, and I just don't really get why I went for that rating. If we go for a family-friendly film or an 18 maybe, because this middle ground is trying to appease everyone, when instead you don't actually please anyone. So, yeah, that just came back to my mind. Anyway, enough on Red One. Let me know your thoughts, and if you want to watch another review on screen, I have a couple that YouTube have recommended for you.